If you're ready to take back control of your health, you're in the right place. Welcome to Awaken Wellness with me, Tanya Candy, registered nurse and health coach. Now, I'm not your typical nurse. I consider myself divorced from traditional healthcare. I broke free of the sick care system in 2019 when I realized that the root cause to my sickness, my autoimmune disease, and my chronic pain was me. If you're ready for truth, for clarity, for honesty in a tough, love, compassionate way, I'm the coach for you. Join me while we dig into our root causes of sickness and disease.
It's hey there. Oh, you guys caught me messing around with my background a little bit. That's no good, is it? I will change it. Let me see. Visual effects. None. There you go. You get to see my messy office. How is everybody doing out there? It has been a minute since I came across with some updates. So let's get to it. Today is really just going to be an update day. I want to stay regular, get on live, and do what I say I'm going to do. So let me see what I got going on here. All right, let's talk about fun updates. So last weekend I went to ECO, which is put on by Cellcore. It is a really fun 3-day event where we've got the biggest and brightest in our community, our whatever you want to call it, holistic healing community on the stage talking about what they're seeing in clinical practice, what is working for them, and sharing with everyone. So we call that research, right? A lot of the things we do are not things that people are going to pay to put on big studies about. It's just not common every day. So you'll probably hear me talk a lot about the adventure that this weekend started out for me. There's so many lessons to be learned in day-to-day life. I started out this adventure running around Williston in the morning. I flew out of Williston, North Dakota. That morning I had all the morning, the afternoon. So I was running around town, hanging up flyers for our event tomorrow, which you'll be getting emails from me. If you're local, you're seeing the ads I'm running on Facebook. I threw together a wellness clinic. So that's happening tomorrow, or a wellness event show. I don't know what you want to call it. Anyway, I had been running around and my screen on my phone was cracked. So I stopped into the battery store over there that replaces screens and does that kind of thing. And they said, yeah, we have your screen. It'll take about 30 minutes. So I went back in 30 minutes and said, okay, how's it going? And the kid says, not well. So right before I am due to get on an airplane, my phone is broke. It is quite a story about, when you're like, okay, I'm waiting for the download. What does this mean? Does this mean A, detox from your phone? Does this mean B, stay home? I chose A. I was able, my father-in-law saved the day. I literally had an hour to get on that plane, and we live almost an hour from the airport. He was able to get into my house, get me my iPad and an old phone, and I got on the plane. And there's so many stories of um, how to communicate, how to make things work in the matrix when you don't have a phone. I was, telling myself, okay, I used to do life without a phone 20 years ago. I knew how to travel. I knew how to do things like I can make this work. But there are things like getting into your Airbnb that you can't do without a phone. And you cannot do with an old phone that isn't programmed or an iPad because everything you do, they want to send that authentication to your phone, which didn't work. But I got by, I got resourceful, and there's so many stories to tell of random strangers lending me a hand, and it really was a good experience. I am one, it takes a lot to really get me worked up or make me feel like I can't handle something. So it was good character building experience. I didn't get overly anxious, I didn't get overly mad, and I did make it work. I learned so much that I need to go back and do all of the replays and go into it at with a fine tooth comb on a deeper level. There'll be so much that I'm bringing back to you. One of my favorite presentations was, everyone there is on stage, they're bold, they're powerful, and they're stating their truth, what they're seeing in their clients, what they're reading in studies, what their experience is saying. And I love that. One of my favorites was about hormones and that we know we are, but they're boldly saying when it comes to cancer, breast cancer, and things like that, that the hormones are not the problem. They are not the villain. These are things that you may have heard me say before, but sometimes even as bold as I can be, because that's not what the normal is saying. That's not what the medical consensus is. So it's hard to, stand on that platform and just say that out loud. So I give reverence to those presenters, to those doctors who are ready and willing to do that. I think that's really cool. It lifts us all up in confidence and boldness. Such great vendors with awesome technology. And as I go live and even in my posts, keep following along. I'll share more information as we go. Something that I am really, really excited about. It will really change my virtual practice as well as local for people who have had not so awesome outcomes trying to get blood work done. So I'll just show you. This is, I have it all taken apart here, but this is something I'm going to be implementing. They're from Access Labs. So I have these set up. You can order virtually on my website. It'll walk you through, it'll take you to PayPal. You're going to have to be able to kind of decipher your choice, what you want to choose. There's a nice, really complete thyroid panel. There's some other ones that are more targeted to like cardiac or overall wellness. So this is going to get shipped to your house. It becomes this kit with a return shipping label on it, and then it's got that I don't know if you've seen them on your like Facebook feed, but they've definitely been on mine. Now, I'm not prepared to do this today because I'm not fasting. I just want to talk about it. I will make some videos. This kit has got my name on it. I intend to use it first. Oh, I'm dropping things out of it. So I will do some videos when I'm using it. This little red kit, that red part of the kit, it's going to go on your arm, kind of like a continuous blood sugar monitor does. So I'll make sure I'm wearing a tank top and show you how to use that. And then it's got that little vial in it that's going to fill up with blood. And the directions are pretty specific on how you have to rock it and what you have to do with it. And then you're just going to put it in the mail. Um, there's the little directions for it, but this is awesome. This is really awesome. Every once in a while, and maybe that's you who your lymphatic system is just really not cooperative. If your lymphatic is backed up, a lot of times those are those people who are hard sticks or are they think it's their veins, but it's just as much about their lymphatics as it is the veins. Why you're a hard stick. Sometimes it's because they're too fat, too fluffy, so those veins are deep and they're hard to find. Regardless, this BioBox is such an amazing tool. So yay, it's gonna be so great. I'm so glad to have it. What else would I like to tell you while I've got you here today? Absolutely do whatever you can to come over to this event that I threw together in Williston. It's at the ARC. So in Area Recreation Center, they just call it the ARC over there in Williston. The doors are going to open at 11, and then at 6:30 that night, I'm going to be giving a peptide speech. So it's called The Power of Peptides, and that will happen at 6:30. Now, originally, when I put out the advertising for this, I had just a that room over there is divided into thirds. Like you can have the whole room or you can take it down by thirds. Right now, I have two thirds. When I started the original Facebook posts, I only had a third. So I the post I'll say there's limited to 40 people. We can take more than that now. I had such a great response from the other healthcare people, healthcare, alternate wellness, whatever you say. I had such a great response. So we've got myself plus I think it's six. One had to cancel, so we might be down to five other vendors. We will have free demonstrations. I'm taking my Flowpresso, and then I'm also taking a high power PEMF. It's just called a nervous system reboot. They're both free for 10 minutes. If we have time and you want to stay longer, then you can pay to stay. I think what we'll do is you can pay to stay another 10 minutes for like $25 or something like that. So it's going to be super reasonable. Let me look at my list of presenters. We've got I'll do the welcome at 10:30, and then I'm Montana time, North Dakota time. All the times I'm giving you are on Central Standard Time. Central Standard Time. The event happens on that time, so we're going to talk in that time zone. So right out of the gate, we're going to have my friend Jennifer Worsland. She is with me in this peptide adventure. So she will be giving kind of her healing story. She is a breast cancer survivor, among some other issues, Hashimoto's, and she will talk about how she has been using non-toxic living as well as so many things. She is so proactive with her health. And now, the last probably 6 months, maybe longer, maybe closer to 9 months, she has been adding in peptides. So she will be talking about that. She will also have a vendor booth there with the peptides. At 12:30, we'll have Jessica Flighty. I think that's how you say her last name. And her business is called Hope for Healing. She has a just life-changing testimony. She was in a really severe car accident, and she will be talking about using frequency to help your body heal. At 2 o'clock, or no, 2:30, so we'll have a little break in there. We'll have Stacy Anu. I think that's how you say her name. That's Anu. Stacy just recently got married. She's going to be talking about metabolic optimization. Stacy too has got a amazing story of how she lost weight, how she has improved her mental health. She will probably talk about her addiction and her past, and how really taking charge of her health has affected not only her physical health, but her mental health. Then we have Amanda Olson at 3:30. She is going to be talking about early prevention and breast health. Amanda's got a really cool service. She's from Minot. She does travel and she does ultrasound. So this is a service that she will be doing on the spot. It is a fee There is a fee for it. But she's doing breast health, so breast exams with ultrasound. Now, there's a lot of people out there who don't believe a mammogram is the way to go because of the um, exposure and just many reasons. I know many people who are anti mammogram. So having a ultrasound or a thermal scan is a really, really wonderful substitute for that mammogram. If you go on my website, so awakenwellnessllc.com, and go way over to the right, um, under events, or the little drop down, the little hamburger thing, if you're on your mobile phone, and go under events. When you get to that page, there's a clickable for Amanda if you would like to pre-book for her to do that ultrasound. Or when you get there, you can schedule, see what it's like, if there's a waiting list, or maybe you can get right in. So I am really excited to partner with Amanda. I have her do my thyroid. I have thyroid nodules. She does my ultrasound for that. And then the last time I was with her, I also had her scan my liver and gallbladder. And wouldn't you know, I've got fatty liver, but my gallbladder did look better than I expected it to, honestly. Now, for those kind of things, you do need a doctor's referral. She's cash only, so it's way more affordable than you would expect. Like everything, when you just pay cash and bypass your insurance company, bypass your deductible and all of that, it's way more affordable than you think. If that's something that you would like to do and you need help with a doctor's order, please reach out. I've got some connections for you. We can absolutely get that done. Let's see. My screen went blank on me. Hold on. I got to get back to where I was. Let's see. Who else is on the list? We've got Jackie Michaels. She's on at 4 o'clock. She's going to be, she could have changed her mind, but last we chatted, she was going to take people through a little breath work exercise, which is always neat. If you've never sat in on something like that, it is different and it is more powerful when you're in the room with someone and they're guiding you through it. It's much different than doing it on your own with a little app or anything like that. So she's at 4 o'clock. That is going to be really awesome. I do believe she's going to be doing some free, like, mini massage type things. I think she said she's also bringing like a portable salt therapy, like a halo therapy. So there'll be that. Honestly, I don't remember what else she said she was going to bring. But are you hearing what I'm saying? This whole thing is working out to be a free spa day for you. Now, the other really cool thing is it's at the Ark. So if your children are old enough to go to the pool to them by themselves, if you've got dad or babysitter or somebody else along, there's so much that those kids can go do while you're enjoying your free demo spa day, right? So awesome. And then we've got at 4:30 a team, so two gals working together. We've got Alicia and Brenna, and they're going to be talking about stem cell activation. That is a really big topic right now. Like, if you haven't heard of it, you're kind of hiding under a rock. So they're going to talk about stem cell activation in helping your body to heal and perform. And then we had Sam. She has had to cancel on us. So around 6 o'clock, we'll have our door prize drawings. You do not have to be present to win. So hopefully, like, I'm going to be doing a package of sessions. You would have to come over to Awaken Wellness to use them, but I don't have to ship it. So I have told the vendors that they're best off to offer something that we don't have to ship. Or you can always connect with them and pick it up at a later time if you're not there at 6 o'clock. Then come 6:30, we are going to move into my Power of Peptides presentation. So this is going to be an exciting talk. We're going to talk about peptides. It's not going to be like a college level bioscience, molecular science, all of that. It's not that. That's not what it is. We're just going to be going over different peptides. We're going to be talking about how they once were kind of for the performance enhancers, like the athletes, the rich and famous. And now at this day and age, we're all hearing about peptides. They have really been brought forward in a way that we can all have access to them. So they're no longer for the rich and famous. They are for the everyday Joe. So I really hope to see all you guys there. I hope it's so busy that all of our heads are spinning and we're just running around like wild, having a super good time. But that is all I have for you all today. Stay tuned for every Wednesday. I come to you live about the same time, about 1:15, to talk about what's what. If you reach out to me on Messenger or anything like that with a question, I'd be happy to answer it during the open office hours live. Another thing you should be getting involved with is our GLP-1 roundtable conversation. So we aim for weekly. It doesn't necessarily always happen weekly, but we do that Tuesday evenings right here on Facebook, also my YouTube channel. And we're just having real conversations about peptides. And that is on Mountain Standard Time at 7 o'clock. So we'd love to have you tune in for that. You can find me over on YouTube at Awaken Wellness TV. So all of your likes, all of your follows are highly appreciated. If you're on the replay, we like that too. Make sure to like and share. See you Thursday. See you tomorrow in Williston. Or next time, we'll see you live here